You cannot get a girl to work for you.
Language alert.
All right, we understand this in Atheist Channel.
Yeah.
Because you guys have no morality.
The recruitment process is the same as the PhD course. You message them on Instagram. The PhD course is my recruitment system. I don't mention webcam until after I've had sex with the girl. If you're on dates and you're trying to mention it and shit, it just doesn't work. It puts them off. I'd never do that. That's disgusting. I'm not a whore. It's just not going to work. You continue as normal. No mention of webcam.
So very important detail here. The women that he targets, that he meets, are would say normally, "I would never do that. Disgusting. I'm not a whore." And he belittles that. So clearly here, the purpose is to target women who don't actually want to do these things, just to pretend that this is a proper relationship.
You fuck the girl. After you fuck the girl, you do the PhD test. If she passes the PhD test and she wants to be with you, then you start mentioning things like, yeah, but you're always busy. You're always at work. You can come work for me. So,
PhD means pimping hose degree, by the way, which is what he teaches on how to find a quality girl who will be obedient to you and who is good material for online videos and things like that. So
you cannot try and approach girls to do webcam. Hi, do you want to do webcam? It's bullshit. It doesn't work. No one's going to say yes. And any girl who does say yes is doing it. She doesn't like you. She doesn't know you. She doesn't love you. She's saying yes purely for money. Any girl who wants money.
How do you not edit that out?
Skank you and leave you when she realizes you get a big cut of it. So even if you do get a girl to say yes that way, even if you do say to a girl, look, let's make some money, she's only in it for the money. She's not in it to please you. And if she's only in it for the money, she's going to get pissed off with her cut. Because they're going to Google up how much a token's worth, how many tokens they made, and all that shit. And get pissed off with their cut. Remember the tax thing, so you only have to pay them 30% instead of 50%. It's important for your profitability. So you don't want girls.
The tax thing he's referring to is that he lies to the women who work for him and gives them a lower cut than what he actually tells them, and says, "Oh, this is just that portion goes to taxes. That's why."
Yeah. So he says so he gets the girls in and says, "Hey, it's 50-50. It's even partnership, even though you're doing all this stuff, but I'm behind the scenes, so we'll do it 50-50." But then he tells them that he's doing their taxes when this is another big problem for him, that he spent years thinking as long as you put your money into Bitcoin that it's not taxable, your income's not taxable, which is like the stupidest thing ever. But he would tell the girls he's paying their taxes for them, and so they actually only get 30% after he takes out their taxes, when he's just keeping 70% and lying to them about paying their taxes for them. And so, all of that, by the way, is fraud. That's called fraud.
Yeah,
that's fraud against that's tax evasion for the government, and that's fraud against a person that you have a business arrangement with.
So he says, if you just approach them with the business idea, they will most likely say no. And if they say yes, they're just in it for money, but you don't want them in it for the money. You want them in it to please you, to love you. See, notice here, it is not a business proposal. It's not just, offering something to women who already want to do that. It is deliberately making them love you and then slowly introducing this whole thing to them. It is a scam. It is fraud. And this is only the beginning of it.
For money. You want a girl who's in it to be with you. So you meet a girl, you take her on dates, you fuck her, whatever. She passes the PhD test. Then you start saying things like, oh yeah, but you're always working. I have to do some traveling and you can't come. I want to bring you with me. Traveling is a great one because the thing about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. And you're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So you'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen, come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl. My first girl was so good, it was easy. My girl would sit there and go, oh my God, before this I was a waitress and it was shit, and now I do this, I make so much money, and the guys all love me and they adore me, and on my birthday they send me presents, I get so much money, blah, blah.
Look at this man. He's teaching men to be self-confident and to be good again and to be successful. He's just bringing masculinity back. He's just empowering people and telling them great things. He's not exploiting anybody. He's here directly admitting to all of the things that he is accused of and all of the things he now denies.
It's so much fun, and we stay at home, and and we're gonna go to Thailand soon. We're gonna be working in Thailand, and we're gonna stay there for as long as we want. You should come with us. It's gonna be so much fun. Martinis, bang, threesome. Slam them both. Your bottom bitch knows. This girl's like, okay, well, I'll try it. Put both girls on camera together the first day, so the new girl can sit there and just sit with the other girl and get drunk. Give them a bottle of vodka. Put on the fucking chatterbait. 100 tokens per shot. The guys will send loads of money to get the girls drunk. Because
that is a webcam site where you do pornographic live webcam things. So clearly, it's not about TikTok. Clearly, it's not about any of these things. Clearly, it's not about putting women in front of a camera with clothes on and no sex at all, as he presented it to Candace Owens. Clearly, it's none of these things. Clearly, it is deceiving the women, bringing them onto a porn webcam platform, having sex with them, getting them drunk, introducing them to the business, making them dependent on you, and all of that, while from the very beginning only making them think that he just loves them and just wants to be a good man for them.
Guys like drunk girls. Girls will sit there, get drunk, have a great time. You say it's your new job now. You don't go to work ever again. That's how you recruit girls. You do not recruit girls any other way.
That's it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is human trafficking. Yes, it's human trafficking. It is human trafficking. By the way, quick thing to point out, human trafficking does not necessarily involve kidnapping people and forcibly turning them into slaves. Jeffrey Epstein also didn't go around kidnapping people, putting them into vans, putting chains on them and putting them in cages and selling them and all of that. What he did was to hire girls and slowly groomed and eased them into doing sexual favors and sex work, and then through them hiring others to do that as well. And he is accused of human trafficking and found guilty for that, the same way that Andrew Tate will be eventually.